Hey, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I'll explain something about my channel. My channel is about me talking about recovery and keeping it real just for today. I'm not sponsored by NA or AA. I just made this channel for other recovering alcoholics and addicts so we can get one day clean. So if that's you, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and let me know how you feel about this channel. And tell other recovering addicts and alcoholics if you think this channel will help them. Okay, let's get busy, man. So the topic today is how to recover from drugs and alcohol. Well, first thing you got to do, man, is stop using, man. And that's the hardest part, man. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, man. I've been there, man. You got to stop using so you can allow yourself to get clean, man. And I'll tell you my experience, right? So my first time getting clean, right? And this time I didn't really do drugs. I did alcohol. I was drinking alcohol. And I searched up a detox place and I went to go detox, man. And that withdrawal from drinking alcohol was serious, man. I was shaking, man. I was burning it up, man. And I was lasted for like 2 or 3 days, man. But I left right away, right? You know, I didn't stay for them to get me into a rehab because I was always scared of rehabs, right? I don't know why, but I just was. I had like anxiety, paranoia, so I didn't, the thought of me being caged in, I was already caged in my brain, so, the thought of me being caged in the facility, what I'm saying, I didn't want to go, man, until I went back out and then I got on heavy drugs, you know what I'm saying? And this is where I really, really went and got some help, man, because of the drug, it was killing me mentally, body, and spirit, man. So I went into a detox place again, man. So if you own anything, man, I advise you, right, to go to a detox place. But I know people that have done it without, going to a detox place. But be with somebody that cares about you and know how to take care of you. Because the withdrawal, you can die from withdrawal. I'm telling you, man. So make sure you be around somebody that can take care of you while you're withdrawing from whatever drug you take. See, my drug of choice was cocaine, right? But I did take heroin, and the withdrawal from the heroin was serious. I felt like I was going to die. You know what I'm saying? So I know, like, the fear of not, taking it was crazy. So, cocaine, right? So I ended up going to a detox place again, but this time it was different, right? It was different, man, because I didn't want to die, man. See, I'm the type of person, addict, that didn't think I was going to die, man, until it got worse and worse and worse, man. So if you out there, man, listen, man, you could die, man. You could die, man. And I don't want you to die, man. I don't want you to die, man, because without you, there's no me, man. And we can recover, man. I know you got no hope, but there's hope, man. So I'm going to give you my story, man. Listen, man, I was 120, so I broken teeth. I go into the detox place, and I told him, I need help. Plain and simple, I need help, man. So they went and got me some help, man. And I detoxed for like 7 days. 7 days, man. It was a bad detox. I detoxed for 7 days, and I got on. And I went to a meeting, right? I went to an AA meeting, and I really don't, pick or choose what type of meeting I go to. I go to whatever meeting that can give me some hope. Because people ask me all the time, what was your drug of choice? I said everything, more. You know what I'm talking about? Like more, everything, anything to cover my pain. So I went whatever, some type of meeting or recovery program there was at. Whatever they had to offer for me to just to stay clean for one day, I was with it, man. So I went to this AA meeting, and the guys, it was real hard for me to say, hey, my name's Pierre. I'm an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? It was real hard for me. Like, I can easily tell somebody, yo, hey, where the drugs at? But I couldn't tell nobody that, hey, I'm an alcoholic, because by me just saying that, right, is the reality, the truth of what I really was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really want to face myself. That's why I used drugs. So but I had to really face myself. Like, I had to get help with me because I was killing myself, man. So it wasn't a girl that left me. It wasn't my family that left me. It was me killing Pierre, man. So I went there. I said, yes, I'm an alcoholic. I finally said it, man. I finally got that release, man. And it felt like a release off me, man. And everybody was like, welcome. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, these people crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen, it was crazy. So the guy, he comes up to me after the meeting, and he shakes me, right? This little guy named my boy Tommy. I love him to death, man. He shakes me, man. He goes, you're not unique. Because when I came in this program, I thought it was unique because I'm a Cali dude. I'm Jamaican. I'm cool and all that stuff. He said, you're not unique. I said, what? I'm Pierre. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And then he's like, you're not unique. You got a disease that's trying to kill the both of us. And we're here trying to get the solution to getting one day sober, one day clean, man. And that really allowed me to, receive the message of hope, right? Hope is hearing other people's experience of how they did it clean, right? It allowed me to be open-minded toward everybody else. And allowed me not to stop comparing how different I was, right? Because after a couple, a couple of weeks, right, I went to a rehab. When I went to the rehab, you know, again, I suffer from a disease of addiction, right? So I wasn't just addicted to drugs and alcohol. I was addicted to money, fast life, and all this stuff, man. And I was all scared about where I was gonna go after the rehab. So my boy comes with a bright idea. He goes, man, hey, listen, man, we're gonna sell Suboxones inside the rehab. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy. It's inside the rehab. So, mind you, I didn't know nothing about Suboxone at the time. You know what I'm saying? I knew that, they give them to you when you're on heroin, right? But I didn't get that far because heroin whooped me out quick. You know what I'm saying? I think I took it like about 2 weeks and then that was it for me, man. So it was Suboxone. So I tried to cheek it and they ended up kicking me out at the rehab. So when I get kicked out of rehab, I kicked out of rehab on Christmas Eve, man. It was Christmas Eve. It was snowing out. See, I'm in New York State, man. It was snowing out. I didn't want to go home, man. I was stressing out about going home. And I ended up going to a meeting, right? And when I went into the meeting, man, I had all my bags. It was an AA meeting. I was the only black dude there, man. And everybody looked at me like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I go, you know how you go to a meeting, you're the new person, everybody look at you. It was like that, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I go into the meeting, I sit there, and they start sharing after the meeting their personal stories. So the guy comes up to me, he's like, come here. I'm like, what's up? So I share my story, and he goes, thank you for sharing. Thank you for helping me get one day clean. And I'm like, what? These guys are weird. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm walking out the building, the guy's, this big guy, Brandon, he goes, hey. He goes, hey, where you going? I said, I'm going home. And really, I was going back to the trap house. And he was like, you want to stay here? I'm like, what? And I was like amazed by all these guys, like 5 guys that wanted to stay down. First, I was kind of like, oh, they trying to kill me. But then I looked at them, I was like, okay, it's Christmas Eve. They trying to stay down here. Like, I was amazed by these 5 guys wanting to stay down here in this building so I can get one day clean on Christmas Eve. It was like amazing, man. The love I got as soon as I came into the program, man. So I stayed with them guys for a couple months, man. And it was real hard for me because I remember this guy come up to me. He goes, I was the only black dude there, and I was, he said, he's hard for me. So I was about to leave, right? And he says, you need to stop comparing how different you are and relate to you had a problem because you compare yourself right out the door. See, my disease is always trying to find a way out. Like, I don't fit in with these people and all this stuff because I'm black. They was all white. And you know what I'm saying? It was always trying to take me out. And I'm glad that he did that because I was trying to find a way out, man. And I ended up getting a sponsor, and I love my sponsor, man. Asking for a sponsor was like the hardest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, like one of the hardest things to do, man. But I had to ask somebody to help me with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to get somebody to help me with my thoughts because there was something wrong with my thought process that I had to go to a drug. Knowing that it's killing me and I couldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? The worst look was looking at my family and looking how hurt they was that I was in pain and I couldn't stop, man. So I know the feeling if you can't stop using drugs, man. But listen, man, you can stop, man. All you got to say is I surrender, man, and get some people around you to help you get back on your feet, man, because we love you, man. So we love you just the way you are. Yes, listen, man, I came in recovery, man, with a dirty shirt, man, dirty clothes, so I understand, man, not want to even go into a detox place because you got dirty clothes, the shame, the guilt, and all that stuff, man. But it goes away, man. And check this out, right? When I realized where I was going, I'm going to alcoholics and addicts that are just like me. So I'm not scared to be who I am. These are the only people that can help me with me, man. So if you need some help, man, come to us, man, because we can help you with you, man. So I got my sponsor, man, and that was like the hardest thing ever, man. Get my sponsor, man, and he kept me clean for like 6 months. 6 months, man. He had me go around asking people for $1. I used to hate that, man. For $1. So why you got me going around asking people for $1? Because we had to take the bus to go to meetings. And when I went to meetings, check this out, man. I'm talking about chasing recovery, man. I went to meetings with the same outfit, same clothes for like 7 days a week, chasing recovery, man, because I wanted to stay clean, right? And I asked him, like, so I had to ask for dollars. We were on bus fare, and I had money in my pocket at the time, and I'm like, why you keep asking me to ask people for money? He says, because when it comes to the time where you need to ask for help, you won't be scared to. So that's why I'm so freely to talk on here. That's why I'm so freely to ask for help. That's why I'm so freely to tell I'm an addict, man, because the only way to get help is to tell somebody, man. You gotta tell somebody. You don't gotta be ashamed. Listen, man, you can leave your comment. You can comment, man, and leave your number with me. You can get busy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, you're not alone, man. You're not alone, but the first thing you gotta do, man, is surrender. Yeah, I know. Listen, surrender doesn't mean like, yeah, I know I got a problem. Surrender is this, man, I'm going to go get help. I can no longer do it by myself. I'm tired of drugs killing me. I want to live. I used to come to the program and say, listen, man, I was scared to die. Not really. I played Russian roulette every day with drugs and alcohol. I was scared to live. You know what I'm talking about? I was scared of success. I was scared of love because all the things hurt me, man. I never thought like I could, be a good man. I never thought no one would love me. I had, see, my brain is where my disease lies. This is my worst enemy. I'm talking about being trapped in your own brain, your own prison, your own misery, man. See, I didn't need nobody to tell me nothing. I was trapped my damn self, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was very hard, man. I needed around be people to lift me up, not kick me down. You get what I'm saying? Kick me down, man. So it's very important, man. Listen, man. If you listen, man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. It's very important, man, that you go get some help, right? It's very important that you allow people to help you with you, right? And if you can do it without a detox, fine. Fine, man. Just have people around you. I know people that did it, but it's really bad. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Right now, it's an epidemic for addicts and alcoholics dying, man. And it's mad help, man. So get all the help you can possibly get, man. Listen, when I went into the program, man, they showed me nothing but unconditional love, man. Unconditional love, man. And I had to think to myself, man, it wasn't just important, to die from the horrors of disease no more. See, my dad died from alcohol, and it took him out in 2 weeks, man. He got the cancer, boom, he was out. 2 weeks, and I told myself that I didn't want to die like that. See, alcohol is a drug. It's a problem, man. It's a problem. It kills you slow, man. Slow. So we didn't see that happen, man. Listen, my first love was alcohol, right? Everything else came after that. You know what I'm saying? Weed, cocaine, heroin. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, whatever program you in, just get busy, man. Just like you was getting busy with that drug, man. Get busy with recovery, man. Don't be ashamed to tell you who you are, man, because I love you the way you are, man. Now listen, man, this is the only life, right? Check me out. Listen to me. This is the only chance that we get to live 2 different lives. You know what I'm talking about? 2 different lives. I lived a life of a junkie, a bad dude, and all this stuff. Now I can live a life of an honest man, good man, and not killing myself, and love people unconditional love, and give out some hope, man. Listen, man, we do recover, man. So if you need some hope, man, that get out that hole, get out that, that slump, man. Listen, look at me. You hear me? I was 120 broken teeth, nowhere to live, no hope, no nothing, man. Now, man, I'm 2 years clean. You hear me? With a beautiful wife, with beautiful kids, custody of my kids. Yes, you can get, yes, listen, I got back my kids too, man. But we'll talk about it another time. I just want to talk to the addict, right? Or the alcoholic, right? That's thinking about going using. Don't do it. I want to tell the person that doesn't know how to get help, go get help. This is how you get help. Listen to this channel, man. Hear me when I'm talking to you. You don't need to die from the disease of addiction, man. You're a miracle. Yes, I don't care what they say about you, man. You is a miracle, man. And I love you, man. I love you, man. And we recover, man. Just get busy, man. Get busy and stay out of this, man. Listen, be with somebody that loves you unconditionally and that will help you and show you the way, man. If you don't know the way, man, listen, leave some comments, man. Listen, I'll find a detox place where you at, man, and we will get busy. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, listen, man, I love you, man. And you can't recover from alcohol or any drug you're using, man. Just hold on to the hope. Surrender to the program of recovery, because we do recover. All right, if you like this channel, man, put a thumbs up, put a thumbs down. Make sure you subscribe, man. Give me some comments, man. And this is just for the day, keeping it real. I'm out.